Okay. So yeah, I was taking a trip through memory lane about that video that Jester Geo made about me and the whole shit with Wendy and right. And because, I like to look back on things, hope that I've, changed for the better and whatnot, etc. I like to admit to and own to my mistakes and hopefully do better. Um, and after that, I'm scrolling through the comments and then I find this very specific comment. I don't think I'm going to turn this into a video, to be honest. Like, this is literally just for the sake of the stream. If I decide to turn it into a video, depending on how long it goes, to be honest, like, maybe I will. But, yeah. So it's like, mm, I read this comment and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even stressing it. Like, I'm not even trying to be mad. Like, this was genuinely funny to me. Like, you guys can hear it in my voice. Like, this shit was so hilarious for me to read. Dude, let's go through this. And remember, guys, be respectful. Opinions can be wrong, but they're still opinions. So just be respectful and do not engage with this person. Do not go to this comment trying to defend me. As you can see in the screenshot, I literally already replied to it because I can fucking I can do my thing. Where the rules, Moon isn't here, so damn, I really got to keep that copy and pasted. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, pretty much, Koga. Yep, thank you. So yeah, like as you can see, I can defend myself just fine. Like I don't give two shits. So let's read this out. So it says, no, cause let's talk about Zeus having this "don't be toxic" and "I don't give a fuck" mentality, but doesn't say a single word when his friends, especially Pearl, are being toxic towards other players they get cued with. I'm sick of his BS two-faced hypocrisy. Him being a bystander is just as bad as his friends who are one of the players primarily perpetuating toxicity. Cancel Zeus IDV and his team/friends for real, and he always lets his chat get messy until someone points it out. And this whole situation really proves this point. So, number one, why is Pearl always the go-to person for this shit? Cause it's not just Pearl, like it's everyone on the team that's guilty of like calling people bad at the game when they are bad at the fucking game. Like Pearl is really out here. Pearl's always catching strays for no reason. Like free Pearl, right? Free Pearl, bro. Hashtag Pearl ain't do nothing wrong. So, now about this, I don't say a single word when his friends, especially Pearl, are being toxic towards other players they get queued with. So, I'm gonna say this right now. The meaning of the word toxicity has been lost, especially in this community. Like, people drag the word toxic through the mud and use it for literally anything and everything, no matter what. It's literally like the meaning is lost. Like let me tell you what is toxicity, right? I'm gonna give you examples. Toxicity is something that is not needed and is dragged out over something minuscule, like a video game. Complaining is just having a reaction to something that you thought could have been done better, but it was not done. So now, class, we are going to go through examples about what is toxicity versus complaining. So, example number one. My random just got terror shocked, and I then say, oh my god, my random got terror shocked on chair, we lose. Is that toxicity or is that complaining? Complaining, right. Now, my random just did a 30-second kite and got basement, and I then sigh and say, oh my god, again. Or I say, why do I get matched with these people? Is that toxicity or is that complaining about an unfortunate situation? Good. Complaining. Now, I just told a player to KYS in post-match because they did a bad kite in a video game. Is that complaining or is that toxicity? Good. Toxicity. Perfect. Now the next one is gonna be a little tricky because this is where we get into a gray area where people start talking about perception. So my random just got stuffed on rescue. I say you had one job, quit this game, and never touch it again. Is that complaining, toxicity, or both? Okay, so we know how to perceive when something is both toxic and a complaint, when something is just solely a complaint, and when something is toxic. Congratulations, class. You just finished English 100 and how to use your brains to properly know the definition of words and use them in the correct context. You are now officially smarter than 95% of the IdentityV community. I commend you. Here is your diploma. Mm, mm. So, when I look at this and I say that people are saying that I am perpetuating toxicity, there is video proof of me telling Pearl on stream, telling Malcolm, telling Eugene, telling all of my team to not say the shit that they want to say because it's not appropriate and it's a fucking game at the end of the day. That like there is video evidence of me doing that. Does this count as an IQ test? Yes it does. If this person in specific wants to go through hundreds of hours of footage to find that, be my fucking guest, because I'm not gonna be the one to do it. So that's number one. I don't encourage toxicity. And the I don't give a fuck mentality, I stay true to that because I don't give a fuck. I replied to your comment myself. Like I don't care how people perceive what I'm doing as or how I'm handling the situation, quote unquote. I could care less. I'm sick of my two-faced BS hypocrisy. In what way am I gonna be in what way am I a hypocrite? In what way am I a hypocrite? Please let me know. I want to know how I'm a hypocrite because you just said that and it's an empty statement. You mentioned literally nada. You said nothing, brother. Absolutely nothing. Obviously, because you called Pearl bad. Oh my god. So you just said that, and then you're saying that I'm a bystander and I'm just as bad as the friends who are primarily perpetuating toxicity. I tell them to shut the fuck up and not say the shit. And let me again clarify you. Calling a bad player bad or saying that a player fucked up is not toxic. If you think that is toxic, shut the computer off and go outside because I guarantee you are not ready for the real world. I'm sorry to tell you. The real world does not give two shits about how you feel something is. I really hate to be the one to tell you. So like saying that I'm me being a bystander and all this extra shit is still bad, even though me calling a player bad isn't toxic because if the player's bad, they're bad. If they don't want to be called bad, then get better at the fucking game. Like I don't know what to tell you. Go outside if you think this is true. Genuinely. Like breathe in some good old oxygen, and take a step back from the keyboard because calling someone bad isn't toxic. Saying someone needs to get better at the game isn't toxic. Complaining about someone making a fuck up is not toxic. What is toxic is telling someone to end their life over a mistake. What is toxic is telling people that they should do something else with their lives or some shit, or like, you know, and you know what I mean when I say like some rude shit, saying some crazy shit like, oh, you know, oh, you suck at the game because you're a woman, or you should go die because you're a man, type of shit, you know, crazy shit like that. That is toxic. Doxing people, yes, this has happened, by the way, where people have literally been doxed because they made mistakes in matches. That in itself is toxic. Like, I'm really sorry to tell you, but it's like, if you think just correct, like saying something as it is, that this person is bad, is toxic, oh boy, I cannot wait for you to like get an actual job and go in the real world, because when you make a mistake, no one is gonna sugarcoat it for you. They're just gonna tell you, you fucked it here, don't do it again, or we're gonna have problems. And that's all they're gonna do. They're not gonna be nice to you, they're not gonna console you. It's, you fucked it, why did you fuck it, don't fuck it again, and that's it. That's literally how it is. That is literally how it is. And then the point of me saying that I always let the chat get messy, no, I don't. I just have faith in my mods to fucking cut shit before I even see it, which now they do. Like, shit could start immediately and my mods will handle it before I even have a chance to fucking see it. So that's just me having my mods do their jobs and, you know, being good mods. Always coming at Pro 2. Yeah, I don't understand this, because it's like, you just want people to like pander to you, and like, this is the shit that annoys me, because a lot of CCs, especially in this fucking community, they pander to these fuck asses. Like, these people that are just like, it has to be positive and nice and happy sunshine and rainbows, or I don't want to watch it. Don't watch it. Fuck off. Like, that's it. Do something else with your life. I don't know what else to fucking tell you. Like, I don't like if you don't like me having a personality and just saying shit as it is, cry about it. Cry about it. Cause I don't give a fuck. So yeah. I had someone throw a tie and rank, and my other two teammates told them to unalive themselves while I told them to shut up and grow up. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, that's dragging it. Like, you threw the tie. Yeah, you can be mad they threw the tie. Like, you could be like, oh my god, this person threw the fucking tie. Like, why? You don't gotta tell them to kill themselves. Like, that's wild. That's wild, bro. It's absolutely insane. So much of the NAU IDV players are mentally ill teenagers. Ah, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like using the idea of mental illness as an excuse to be a dickhead. I'm just gonna keep it a stag. I'm mentally ill myself. Like, I don't like. It's. I know when you're saying it in that context, it's not an excuse. Like, you're just saying like the actual reasoning. But it's like when people do dickhead shit like this, and they be like, "Oh, it's because I have this or because I have this." Like, once again, in the real world, no one is gonna give a fuck unless that shit is life-threatening. I promise you, no one is gonna give two shits unless it's life-threatening. I swear to God. Like literally no one is gonna give. Like, mental illness is not an excuse to be like, oh well, I say this because I'm like this. I'm like, no, you just have no self-control, and you think you can use it as an excuse to get away with it. Like, be fucking for real, grow up. To be fair, remember in 2020, a really popular IDV CC entity made a threat against a minor because of IDV? Yo, that's crazy. That's that's funny. Oh my god, funny in the sense that that's probably like a grown ass human being going after a kid over a fucking video game. Like, this is where society has landed. Like, this is where we are as a society. IDV community, when everyone who plays the game isn't a character from Bluey, no. Like, I'm sorry, like, this is why, like, I feel like sometimes I hinder my own growth on this shit. But it's like, when I see shit like this, like, people like this get validated. Like, people like this, people agree with them and genuinely think like this. There are people that think like this and agree with it. Like, genuinely, there are people that agree with shit like this, and they'll fucking encourage it.